The redevelopment of Road to the Lines was announced in September 2019. But Action for Housing says there's been no significant progress since. The pressure group says it's repeatedly requested updates from the government on the project status.
We wrote to the housing minister back in April. She did not answer. We sent her a reminder a few months ago. Again, no answer. Mind you, they do acknowledge the letter, but they don't give us any answer. So we've decided again to go public, as we've been doing for the past 5 years.
You say your letters or your requests for information remain unanswered. Why do you think this is?
Well, it's up to her to say why. She might not know. We don't even know whether the project now comes under the housing department, because initially it was under Joe Garcia, who passed it on to the housing department. So we don't know whether it still remains there or whether it's been sent to another department. We don't know who's leading on the project anymore. But if she's not involved, she should say so. And because we want to know what are the plans. And we know that the area has been cleared up, which is a good sign, a good starting point. But we don't know what the long-term project is going to be like, whether it's going to be sold, whether it's going to become part of the housing stock. We know it isn't part of the rent and repair scheme. It hasn't come under that ceiling, but we want to know what the future holds for that very symbolic and well-known area of the Upper Town area. So, I think that 5 years is a long time in waiting. So the minister or somebody in government should say what the plans are.
Henry Bina suggests that with ongoing major works at the Northern Defences and the Moorish Castle, now is the ideal time to revive this part of the old town.
If you link that area, the Road to the Lines, with the jungle, it used to be the jungle, the Northern Defences, with the Moorish Castle, all that area is emblematic of the old town area. So, the potential of that area is enormous, but you've got to start somewhere.
Action for Housing is questioning whether the project is still active and seeks clarity on the government's plans for the buildings in the area.
We need information. We need to know why it was announced 5 years ago and nothing has happened yet. But it's up to the government, either the housing minister or someone else, to say what the problem is and what the intentions are, whether these flats are going to be rented as part of the housing stock or sold.
Action for Housing are today renewing their call for information regarding the redevelopment of a Road to the Lines. They say previous attempts have gone unanswered. They say they'll continue to press the government for answers until they get them. Meanwhile, up here on site, we can see workers. They're engaged in clearing out the buildings. Now, Action for Housing wants to know what comes next and when it will happen.